Well, hey guys, welcome to the first crabbing trip of the year. We just pulled away from the dock, and we're going to have some fun today. Hopefully catch a crab or two and have a good time. Glad you're here with us.
Well, hey guys.
And we are going to we're going to be putting out some traps, some box traps, and also hand lining for blue crab. And I've been thinking of a way for this to be kind of interesting. And so I know you guys have seen the shirts. And what I think we're going to do, we're going to have a little contest here for everybody that gets in the chat. And maybe we'll run this portion of it for an hour, but if you can guess without going over how many crabs we're going to catch on this excursion, we're going to send you a t-shirt. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run this until 1 o'clock, and this is just the total amount of crabs we catch. We might catch some smalls, there might be some big ones in there, but the total number we catch, whoever gets to the closest number. Now after an hour, I'm going to I'll get in the chat and say, hey, time's up, and that'll be it. But if you can guess the number of crabs that we're going to catch today, I'm going to send you a shirt. How's that sound? Joe, good afternoon. Welcome to the crabbing trip, the deadliest catch. And we're not going real far. We're going to throw this up here and kind of show you guys where we are. We just left the marina, and we're going to go up to the first creek here, away from the marina, and go back in that creek, and we're going to set up. The tide is it's high. It should be turning to go out here pretty soon. I would rather crab through the low tide, but time and tide, you know, they're on their own schedule, of course. But we're going to see what we can do here. Joe, you think 50? I think that's probably a reasonable number. But we're going to see if you can guess how many crabs we're going to catch here today. Total number for an hour. We're going to allow you to put that number in. Now keep in mind, we're going to have some box traps out. We're not going to pull those at that time, but the guessing part is going to be over in an hour. Hey, Philip 45, you guys got a lot of faith in me. But I tell you, the crabs, I think the crabs have been running, and the water's been real warm. So we shall see what happens. And we're gonna put some chicken, some drumsticks. We're gonna use some chicken for bait. If we were doing this old school, we'd take the cast net and probably throw it over some pogies or menhaden and bait the traps with that. That's what the commercial guys use. But today we're going to use chicken. That's what most people that go recreational crabbing, that's what they use. They'll go and grab some chicken and take that and use either the hoop nets. That's what they use off the pier here. And they have a lot of luck doing that. But it's warm. I don't know, we're probably close to 90 degrees here today. We do have a little breeze, which is really nice. Well, we want to show you guys what we got set up. I've got the drone with me. We've got a camera here on the deck. You can see the box traps there. We've got 5 traps we're going to put out along in this creek. And And those are the box traps kind of stacked up there on the deck. And then you guys might be able to see that little creek that's coming up on the right hand side. That's where we're headed. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try that. And I've had some pretty good luck in that trap. This is going to be hopefully a good time. Hopefully we don't get pinched by any of these rascals that we catch. But I guess that would be make for some fun video. Hey Teresa, good afternoon. Thanks for jumping in here. We're going to call this Guess the Crabs. And Teresa knows, for you guys that have just gotten in here, what we're going to do is we're going to put some crab traps out. We're going to do some hand lining. And then at the end of, we're going to give you guys an hour to get it. I don't want you guys to be counting all the crabs going in the bucket, but keep in mind we're going to have these box traps to count as well. But you guess, the person that gets the closest here, that guesses how many crabs we're going to have, we're going to get that person a shirt, a Minorcan Mullet shirt. We got them. I think that'd be a good way to disperse some of them, get you guys involved, and just kind of say thanks for watching the channel. I hope the audio is okay, and I hope the video is coming across a lot better than it did in my last attempt at a live stream. We've got the audio turned up, and hopefully you guys have getting a pretty good signal. Now I got some good news. The drone, we gave it a few days in the air conditioning, and it dried out, and we've actually flown it a few times, and it's back, it's working. So I'm excited to have the drone back. I'm not sure what happened. I think what happened is the battery, because we kind of got the drone back and then we got the battery back. I think the battery was not properly attached to the drone when we stopped and changed out the battery, and I think it came out of the drone, and that's what caused the problem, which probably saved the drone, because if the battery had been in it, it probably would have cooked the circuit board. So yeah, hey Lenny, good to have you in here today. And we're creeping along, and we're going to go up the creek here and try to catch some crabs. So I'm glad you guys are here with us. And we're going to see how this works today. The tide's up in the grass. It's pretty high. So we're just kind of coming into the creek. What we'll do, we'll probably stop right up here and put our first box trap out, and then we're going to get on up the creek and start hand lining. Hand lining, I love to hand line crabs because it gives the crab a sporting chance. You know, that is all it is, and we'll go through when we rig up. It's just a weight. You tie a piece of chicken onto it, goes down, and the crab, you pull the line back up, and the crab won't turn loose of that bait. Now he's got an option. He can turn loose of the bait and not get caught. Usually they don't. They'll just come right to the top of the water. You scoop them out with the net, put them in the bucket. So it's kind of a sporting, it's a sporting event when you're hand lining crabs. We do have a nice day though. And I'm glad you guys are along. If you can guess how many crabs we're going to catch today, put it in the chat. So we've got your number. The person closest to that number without going over, we're going to send you guys a shirt, a Minorcan Mullet shirt. The water here is about 15 or 16 feet deep. We're just now getting into this creek. Albright, 0. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Chad. I'm glad to see the confidence is there. You know, it helps to have smart-ass friends. Now we've got, Chad cannot win a t-shirt. There's got to be at least one crab caught today. Geesh, Lenny, one every 9 minutes. I don't know. What do you say we get rid of? Let's put one trap out right in here somewhere. All right. One delicious drumstick. All right, guys, number 1 in the water. We got 5 of these. And we're gonna kind of just drop these traps every so often along the creek. I got a little spot up here that I really like the crab because there's this creek will split and it goes into 2 smaller creeks, and I like to anchor up right there and handline crabs. So in between here and there, we're going to drop off these 5 box traps. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, we've got 5 box traps, and then I have 2 hand lines. So we're really going to be crabbing a couple different ways here. The box traps are going to go out first, and then we're going to go up and we'll rig up and we'll hand line crabs. The water's really clear here today too. All right, Nana, you think 9? Thanks. You're a lot better than Chad Albright. I should have brought an Albright with me. That would have been a lot of fun. Might have been a good opportunity to throw him overboard. Yeah, we're going to be doing both, Lenny. We're going to be hand lining, and we're going to be setting out 5 box traps. We got another friend here in the boat. The greenhead horseflies are here. There's one down. I'll be fighting those guys today as well. Count. Yeah, we're going to count. We're going to be putting them in a bucket. Listen, some of these guys might be small. We're still going to count them to the total number. And then, but we've got to get rid of those before we come back in with them. We'll put the small ones out. But yeah, if they hang on and they come to the top, we're going to count those crabs. We're going to count to the total number. Yeah, the limit in Georgia is 6. We've got 5 traps that we're going to put out today. But Georgia, you can have 6. With a recreational license, you can have 6 box traps. Hey Emily, thanks for joining us. Again, guys, we're going to make an attempt to have a little contest here for a shirt. If you can guess the number of crabs we're going to catch today, and we're going to let you guys do that up until 1 o'clock, and then we're going to cut it off. And now don't be, listen, all right, listen, don't be getting back in there after I catch 30, Chad, and say, okay, 31. No, your first guess is it. Not going to have any of that. We're going to go back. We're going to go back through the chat, and we'll figure out who it is. We're going to get that person a shirt. It is good to be back on the water. Just like the smell of the salt marsh. And wow, yeah, the water's clear. Really clear up here in this salt marsh today. What's that you say? You think this is another good place for a box trap? I think you guys are right. Let's put another one out. Another piece of chicken. One piece of chicken. Let's not get greedy. All right, number 2 in the water. Is that Dennis Gailey with us? Brother, how are you? Glad to see you in here with us. All right. The first thing I'm just noticing now is there's actually a commercial trap that's in the water. Right here, we're getting ready to go past a commercial trap, which is, it's good to see. I see another one down the creek here, so somebody thinks that there's crabs in here. All right, Lynn, you gonna set our times on these? I like that. That's something I'm not doing at all. All right, Philip, let me explain this to you now. We're probably going to crab longer than an hour, but I'm going to give you guys an hour to guess how many crabs we're going to catch today. Does that make sense? And at 1 o'clock, that's going to be it. There's going to be no more guessing for the free shirt. So you're going to have to go run with your whim here. I mean, we might be hand lining crabs for an hour, hour and a half. Let's see. We're going to go until we don't catch any. Man, there are a lot of commercial traps now up in this area. See another one. I love having these days where I'm able to actually do something and interact with you guys through the chat. And this is really why I started doing this. I know most of you guys that are in here got familiar with Derek and the food boat. A buddy of mine up in Charleston, and he did the live stream. He was live every day during the month of July, and I really started to see how he was interacting with the viewers on the channel through his live stream. And I thought that was just such a neat. It's just a neat part of what YouTube does, and that's why I went and invested in this crazy setup that I've got here now. And he's you can blame it on him because he's the guy that kind of got me into this thing. I haven't seen Teresa guess how many crabs we're going to catch today. I think she's going to kind of lay low and see what happens with the hand line, which I understand. I'm going to give you guys that chance. Another commercial trap. Now I don't want to set my traps on top of these commercial guys. So we're going to pick a couple of spots in here. Maybe just past this one, we'll set out our third one. And most of these commercial guys, when they set these traps out, they'll be in the water 24 hours before they check them. We are not going to wait that long. Hour and a half, maybe two. We'll see how the live stream goes. If we can keep everybody entertained. And we're having a good time. I think that's what it's about. Let's get out on the water and have a good time, do something fun. And like crabbing is, all right, Teresa, I got you at 20. Crabbing is like one of the most relaxing things to do to me. Just get out here, anchor up, watch everything that's kind of moving around in the marsh, birds, see some fish jump. All right, I think this is a good spot. What do you say we drop this will be number 3. Let's get number 3 off the boat. All right, who's running the boat? That's me. Really, I mean, we got right up against the bank here. We got a little bit of breeze, which is nice, but it is kind of blowing us around. Kind of put us up here in the grass. We're going to get back in the middle. The water is so warm here right now, guys. And there's also a big kingfish tournament going on. Well, I say big. They used to be big. They're not as big as they used to be. All right, number 3 in the water. And the tide is starting to move out, which is good. I like crabbing the outgoing. All right, 12:27. I think we're in a good spot, guys, because here, another commercial trap. Tommy, you think 15? All right. You guys get your guesses in. We're gonna do this part of it until 1 o'clock to guess the number. That's gonna be the total number. Just saw a tarpon roll right out here in front of the boat. Wow. Wow. Guess how many crabs we're gonna catch on this trip. The total trip. It's not going to be the number of crabs we catch until 1 o'clock. The total number of crabs we catch, we're going to send you a t-shirt. Person that guesses the closest number without going over, we'll get you a Minorcan Mullet shirt. One guess, guys, one guess. Hey, 20 of y'all here, and 20 people here in the chat along with us for the crabbing trip. How cool is that? I'm going to try to go by so that you guys will be able to see this commercial trap. Commercial traps are usually kind of orangish, and if you're recreational crabbing, you're supposed to be on a green float in Georgia. But hopefully you guys will be able to see this float coming by. You guys see it right there? So there are crabs in here. Water temperature here is it's almost 87 degrees according to the electronics. Teresa, apparently somebody's already got, let's throw another box out. Somebody's already gotten your number, baby. You're going to have to guess, you're going to have to throw another one up. right, that's my bad. We got a little, the captain has a little confusion here. All right. You know, the farther up the creek we get, the current is running stronger. And stronger. Another commercial trap out here, guys. All right, I'm going to try to get a pair of suspenders for my swimming trunks. But thanks for noticing, Richard. I appreciate that. You don't know really how good that makes me feel. Oh, the pressure. 42. All right. All right. 42. I can deal with that. All right, let's get this other one out, guys. All right. Last trap in. All right, deck's empty. Let's get on up here. And we're going to anchor up. We're right, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Can you guys see that right, this where this creek splits right here? This is where we're going to anchor up. And it's like, the water's deep right here. It gets pretty deep right here. But we're going to pull up a little bit where we're not in the quite so much current. We'll get a little closer to the bank. Get this anchor out. And the first thing we're going to do is kind of just hang out just a second and see how the boat lays in here against this wind and current. Toad, I know. You know what? I want to get out and I want to do some. I want to do some more shark fishing. I want to bring you guys live, and I think that'd be a really cool event. We got the deck light fixed now, so we can put a little light on the deck. You know, that might be something we have to do, and see if we can get some sharks here with the live. And that would be pretty awesome. All right, guys, let's get out. Let's see if we can get with this now. One thing I know I'm going to have is you know, I brought some twine here when else. I don't know what happened to it. It's all right. I got plenty of chicken. We'll come up with plan B. Plan B, guys. All right, here we go. This is a crab hand line that now you can make these things out of a freaking piece of string and a rock, but these seem to be pretty convenient to buy. And all it is, it's a little piece of lead that's been molded into a stainless steel clip. And you attach your bait onto this thing and just let it go. Just drop it off the side of the boat. And the crab is such a greedy little guy. There's another tarpon. It's either tarpon or ladyfish out here just rolling all over the place out here, guys. I should have brought a rod. But that crab, the crab won't let go of the bait. And you just kind of pull him up, and then you take a dip net and just scoop him up. And if they're here, it usually doesn't take long before you get one. The longest part of this is just kind of unwinding this twine. You guys see that? It's just a piece of weight. It's just a piece of weight that's been molded onto this stainless steel clip with a string tied to it. That's it. That's all there is to it. Into the chicken it goes. That's the setup. There it goes. And we'll just tie this rascal off on this cleat. So it doesn't go anywhere. Let's get another one set. So we got the 5 box traps and the 2 hand lines. If you guys want to get on a free shirt, how many crabs are we going to catch here up until 1 o'clock? Get your numbers in. The person closest to that number at the end of the day now, you've got until 1 o'clock to get your guess in. See how this is going to go. We're not going to pull the traps at 1 o'clock. You just got that time to get a guess in. We're having fun today. Man, have y'all been watching what's going on in Hawaii? That's been bothering me, y'all. I read so much stuff about that disaster out there. Who's responsible? How hard is it to get assistance out in the Pacific Ocean for those folks who really need it? I mean, You know, if we have a hurricane or something like that over here, and I know we got a lot of people that that watch the channel that are, I mean, they're familiar with, you know, living in a hurricane area. Familiar with it. You understand, and you can see that thing coming. And but when you get hit really hard, it's like the first thing they do is like bring in trailers for, you know, so people have a place to live and that kind of thing. And man, how hard is it going to be to get even temporary housing out to those folks? It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. All right, here we are. I don't know what time you guys have, but I'm going to set my little watch and let's see. Let's give it about 5 minutes here on these legs and see if we get anything. We got our dip net back ready to go. This is going to be good. I just feel it. I feel we're going to get some. Hopefully we'll get a bucket full. But we're in, I don't know, maybe 15 feet of water here. We might end up going swimming today, y'all. It's hot. It's still warm. Thanks for joining us today. If anybody's in here and they're just joining us, hey, I want to give away a shirt. And we're going to give you guys until you guys have got, what, 18 more minutes? 17 more minutes. Get a guess in. And then we're going to cut it off. And somebody's going to get a shirt. Person closest to the number of crabs we catch. And don't guess zero. Albright's already gotten that. Thanks again, Chad. You guys notice how he's disappeared from the chat. He says zero. That's a smart ass. That's a friend for you. But I saw one thing that's really interesting to me, guys. Did y'all hear that? Like they were making an attempt to keep the media out of there. They were calling it a media-free zone. I'm sorry. How does that happen in this country? I mean, I thought, did we like write down some rules or something about that? I don't know. 200 plus years ago, like in the First Amendment or something of the Constitution of this country. What is going on out there? I saw some video, and there's some videos up about it. And it's kind of frightening. There's a lot of stuff going on out there that's kind of hokey. Pretty crazy. Pretty daggum crazy. All right, we got a few more minutes here. Yes, I'm talking about Hawaii. Over in Hawaii, they were trying to say the media couldn't come out there. I think this was local guys, but y'all, I just don't understand that. How do you get away? How do you get away with doing something like that? Yeah, Philip, you know, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I read an article that the BBC had written about that event out there, and the value of property on Maui. And, you know, the part that was really decimated over there, well, there's a lot of devastation, but the town that's over on the west side, just basically an old fishing village, really neat place from what I understand. It took the brunt of it. And now they're saying that the possibility exists there that, you know, a lot of these people aren't going to be able to rebuild. It's frightening. We got a visitor approaches. see any fishing rods, but so Carolina. Nice. I'll return that wake favor, buddy. Some people are such jackasses. Freaking 30 feet from me, running by on plane. I'm starting to sound like my grandfather used to. Yeah, I don't, y'all. It's just so crazy. That article that I was talking about, you know, they're saying that most native folks over there and most people that have lived their life on Maui, you know, have to work several jobs, at least 2, maybe 3 jobs, to support the rising cost of living over there and support their families. And then something like this happens, and I don't know. It's. I understand natural disasters happen, but man, to think that how that thing got away like it did. Was there no fire control over there? I mean, here in South Georgia, and this is the Georgia Forestry, we have these teams of bulldozers, and they cut fire breaks. And if there's a forest fire, they'll go out and they will cut a fire break around these areas before the fire really has a chance to get crazy. And they create a break, and sometimes that means you got to go in and go through the forest and take out vegetation. And I've actually seen it done in some residential areas where they were on people's property, like right through their landscape, cutting breaks. But they stopped the fire before they got it up to the houses. Maybe Hawaii just doesn't have those kind of resources. I don't know. But I wish somebody that did know would fill me in, because I do have some questions. Yeah, I know. I saw those multi-million-dollar homes that are still there with green lawns. So I'm sure a lot of people have seen that drone footage, and I did hear that they've stopped drone flights over the area of the FAA, which the FAA can do, and they typically will do that in times of disaster, usually because there are a lot of low-level aircraft flights in and out. Here comes my buddy in the boat again. I guess he decided he didn't like the water up there. What do y'all want to bet he stays on plane coming by me again? Well, he's going to slow down a little bit. He's going to slow down just enough to make the boat bog. And not even look at me. Thanks again, buddy. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I heard something about the power line issues, and I guess they had a storm that was going on over there. I don't know. Man, typically when we get a bad storm here, the power's shut off. You know, the power's shut off. Maybe they just think differently in Hawaii. All right, what do y'all say? It's been 5 minutes. Let's go give this a shot and see what we got. All right, guys. If we got to try to adjust the camera, we will. Let's try this one time and see what happens. Get our net handy. Coming up. Doesn't feel like anything's on it. Nope. Nothing on it. All right, let's strike one. Nothing on this one. All right. All right, first pull, we have no crabs. I think Chad jinxed me. Thanks, Albright. All right, nothing, guys. Nothing on the first attempt at the hand line. Let's see what happens. I think we drifted a little bit on. Maybe the anchor was dragging a little bit. I think it gets caught now. All right. Super Bob, glad to have you here with us. If y'all don't know what's going on here, we're having a little contest. The person that can guess how many crabs we're going to catch today, and we got 5 box traps out, and we're hand lining some crabs as well. If you can guess without going over, the person closest, we're going to shut this off. We're going to shut this guessing game off at 1 o'clock. But guess how many crabs we're going to have today? We're going to send you a shirt. So get your guesses in before 1 o'clock. You got 7 minutes. 7 minutes, guys. I don't know what's going on out here, y'all, but it's either ladyfish or it's tarpon that are rolling. I see some mullet. They're kind of jumping up alongside the edge of the grass. But whatever this is, it's rolling out here like crazy. I don't have a camera that I can swing around. And they're right here where these two creeks. We are right. This is where we are. We're right. We're right off St. Simon's Island, and you see we kind of came up this creek. We dropped our box traps off in here, and we're kind of right in this T. So the tide's on the way out. It's moving out. I think we're in a good spot. If we can just get some in the water. Yeah, the water's still warm. It was 80. What did we say it was? Bob, you know, that may be, I've had a guess. I've had one of my buddies guess 0, so I like your number. A dozen crabs would be nice. I'd be happy with a dozen. I just really wanted to come and bring you guys along and show y'all what this is like. To hand line them, and then setting the box traps out. Now those box traps, the commercial guys will use a trap that's 2 foot by 2 foot. Those traps are like 2 foot by 1 foot. They're like half the size of a regular commercial trap. And now I could have a 2 foot by 2 foot, but they're just a lot bigger to stack up on the boat. Joe, what's up, my friend? I wish you were here with me, because I know as crabby as you are, I think you could call him in. Well, we're giving it a shot here, and we've got 4 minutes left. If you can guess, and Joe, you might want to do this because I saw the condition of your last shirt when you got finished with a gel coat on the lobster boat. If you can guess without going over, the person closest to the number of crabs we catch here today, I'm going to send you a shirt. Let me tell you, I know Joe, that Minorcan Mullet shirt, that made a great gel coat shirt though. I was worried about you gel coating. Did you guys just see what just jumped behind or rolled right here behind the boat? Ah, let me see if I can show you the swirl. I don't think. Did you guys see that? I don't know if that's a tarpon, small tarpon, or ladyfish, but they're all over. They're all over this area. Wow. And probably should have brought something to put up there. You know, I got the drone. Maybe we can put the drone up and try to see what it is. What do you guys think? It's getting breezy, but I'm always up for a challenge. All right, here we go. Let's try this one more time here. Second pull, let's see what happens. Nothing on it, guys. Nothing. Nothing on that one. All right, second one. Feels light again. Nothing. Make sure. I can't see it that well. Nope. Man, if I strike out today, I'm going to be so frustrated. All right, guys, you got a minute left. If you haven't gotten your guesses in, do so. How many crabs are we going to catch? That person that gets the closest without going over, going to get you a shirt. And it's not looking so good right now. I got to be honest with you. I thought by now I'd have a dozen, maybe half a dozen in the boat. Michael, seven probably sounds pretty reasonable right here. Again, we got the five box straps out, and these two hand lines, but we've had absolutely zero on the hand lines since we put those out. Yeah, let's try the drone, y'all. Let's try the drone. Do. Love that sound. and we'll come around and kind of show you guys what we're looking at here. There we are, and behind the boat, now this is the creek, this is where we came from. And back in the distance, right back there, is where the marina is. We'll try to zoom in here and kind of show you guys where we came from. See those boats right there? That's our marina, right back there. And we've set traps out. We've set our 5 box traps out up the creek here coming up. And now we're going to try to see what we can see what's going on out here in this water. Y'all can see how I say the water is clear. The water is clear. There's one right there, guys. Could you see that? Could you see that? Somebody tell me they saw that? Whatever it was right there. You can't see these things until they're right on top of the water. Ladyfish, maybe? Or is it small tarpon? Alfred, man, I'm excited to see you in here. Right now we're looking, I see something going on out here in this creek. We're crabbing, guys. And where are we? What's our time here? Guys, we're closing the guess. I hope you guys got, I'm just going to type in here, time over, so we know where to come back and check. And the person that guessed closest to the number of crabs we caught on this trip, I'm going to get you guys a shirt. We're going to send you guys a shirt out. See, now that is some marsh rack. As this marsh begins, you know, it's constantly growing and dying, decaying. When it breaks loose, it floats out. And I have actually seen little critters, rabbits, on big marsh racks offshore from here. All right, let's see if we can get a little height here. I don't know what this is that was turning in the water, guys, but I was seeing it right back over the boat, right back in this area. So let's get over here and see if we can see what that was. Just trying to identify what it was. Was it a ladyfish or a tarpon? Both of them look pretty similar. Ladyfish, of course, is usually a lot smaller than tarpon. All right. So somebody did see it. Man, how does my drone have zoom? How does your drone not have zoom? I wouldn't own a drone that didn't have zoom. I don't know. I've got 3 of them. And here we are. We're right off St. Simons, and this is the west side of St. Simons. And we're looking back towards the south, and we'll kind of pan along, just kind of give you guys a little view here. All of these homes that are on the marsh here, they have views of the mainland across the marsh, which is about 5 or 6 miles across the marsh. You're looking across the intercoastal waterway. We've got several rivers between the St. Simons and the mainland here. But you can see the island kind of just continues on towards the north. But right here in summer, that marsh is just so green. And the marsh will change colors with the season, just like the lawn at your home. Kind of just looking back towards the north here, and then as we come back around here, you'll start to see the mainland. And you might be able to make out some of those other rivers between where we are and the mainland. And that big piece of water that you see way in the back there, that is the intercoastal waterway that runs from way down south to way up north. As we come around here, we will probably be able to see the big Sidney Lanier Bridge that goes into the Port of Brunswick off in the distance. And yeah, there it is. The bridge that's closest to us, that is part of the St. Simon's Causeway. And then way back there, that's the Sidney Lanier Bridge. That's where all the car carrying ships and the bulk freighters that make the Port of Brunswick, that's the bridge that they pass under. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. Let's go. I'm going to give you guys a drone view of us going over here and kind of checking these hand lines. We got to have a crab. All right, let's see what happens here. Hopefully. All right, let's see what happens. We're going to try this other trap first this time. Tell you already, it feels light. Feels light, guys. And usually if you have a crab on it, you can feel the additional weight. Nothing. Strike out again. Guys, we might be in here a little early. We might have to, it might be a little bit before we start to see anything. I'm hungry for some crabs. Man, I'm glad you guys are here with me. 32, 32 of you guys here, and it's like you guys are here with me. That's what's the great thing about this chat. You guys are here. I'm able to enjoy your thoughts. And except for the one guy that came by and decided he was going to try to wake us, I haven't seen any other boats. It's been quiet. Can you guys see just on the other side of my boat? I'm going to try to zoom in here, and I'll show you guys the marsh. Not only do you have the rivers and then the smaller creeks, but off the creeks, this is what we call a gutter. You can kind of see how that grass is darker. It's that's another part. That's where more of the water flows into the marsh. And you can really see it from the drone. You can see how it just continues to snake on right on back. And this is one of my secrets for red fishing. In the fall of the year, I like to find these gutters, and particularly where they're emptying out over oysters into a creek on a live shrimp with a float rig. That spot right there would produce some fish with some oysters down there. I don't know, they really seem to enjoy, the fish really seem to work in those oyster beds. I guess they help to kind of trap, and they give cover to the smaller minnows, shrimp, that kind of thing. But you guys can really see how many of those gutters just kind of cut through this whole area out here. And it all makes up this little salt marsh ecosystem, where I call home. And it's like a big nursery. So much of the ocean's food, the smaller things that feed other animals as they make up the chain, all that gets its start right in this area. This is a precious area. For what it does for our entire oceans. It's really neat. Yeah, I know. Albright jumped in there with a 0. Thanks, Teresa. I'd almost forgotten about that until you mentioned it again. I spent last night with Chad over at the ball game, which my local high school team was successful. What is this? What is this? What is this pole that's out here in the marsh? What does it signify? Who put it there? How did they get it there? What's going on? It's like a piece of PVC pipe just sticking out of the marsh. Is there anything on it? Any writing? I don't see anything. You guys got me. I don't know. Something I've never noticed before. But I see it now. I'm looking back and I can see it now. I've never noticed that before. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, so far we're not going to have to worry about me getting any crabs because I've struck out on the hand lines. But we still got the 5 box traps out, guys. Typically, I like to be doing this at about low tide. So I think we're here just a little bit earlier. You can still see the grass. The water's still up in the grass. And that's a commercial float. And so there's a commercial trap right there. And then we've got one back on down the creek. Yeah, that is something that makes you say, not sure. Man, I'm so glad you guys are here with us. We've got 27 of you guys here with us in the chat. And I'm open for pointers. If you guys have got anything you can, you know, something that might bring some crabs this way. What do you say let's check those traps again? All right, keep your fingers crossed, guys. I'm going in. I tell you already, it's light. It's not on there. Nothing. Confounded! Maybe. This one feels heavier, guys. This one feels heavier. It did. Nothing. He may have let go. It felt heavier when I started pulling on it. We gotta have them though. We got to have some crabs. Dave, thanks. You know what? I love this boat too. I wish I'd bought one a long time ago. All right, guys. Where are we now? I'm going to bring you guys back in here. I've got to disconnect this to catch the drone. I'm bringing the drone back in. And just like magic, it comes back in and did not go swimming. All right, we're gonna let that cool down. While we're doing that, let's pop the top. No, not for a beer. The Bimini. And I think maybe it is time for a cold one. when it's time to relax, one thing stands clear. Good water. Yeah, I probably had another 8 minutes on the drain, but I didn't want to pressure myself. Again, this is kind of a low key, less stressful day. I don't like flying it up to its minimums. Well, Dennis, thank you. Thanks for being with us today. If we'll let you guys know who wins when we get done today, and we'll go from there. We'll figure out who's getting a shirt. Cheers, my friend. Thanks for joining us. 36, soon to be 35 after Dennis drops off. Blinzel, how'd you know I was a pilot? Did you know I was a pilot? Or you just mean the drone? Yes. Yes, I am a private pilot as well. And I like to fly drones. I haven't flown an airplane in probably 3 years now. But yeah, I do that as well. Guys, we gotta catch some crabs. What's funny is we're drifting on the anchor. I don't think we pulled the anchor, but we're just kind of swinging on the anchor line. As the wind is kind of picked up, it's kind of pushing us back and around, which might be a good thing. It might help work that bait across the bottom. We're not supposed to have any rain today, and I can't tell you how enlightened that makes me feel, because we have had like these crazy pop-up showers late in the afternoons that have been pretty rough. Pretty rough. What's crazy, we're like right here, almost like up against the marsh grass. Maybe this frame will kind of swing around and you guys can see how close we are. That's because the wind has kind of picked up and it's kind of pushed us back over this way. Which I guess we'll try the crabbing on this side of the creek for a little bit and see what happens. Maybe that's what we need to do. Just kind of change locations. We're doing it. Nature's doing it for us. Lenny, are you still on here? You know, Lenny was running the clock for us on our box traps. I don't know where we are in our box traps. Yeah, I really enjoy flying, Bob. Used to fly a lot. The plane's been sitting. It's lost. Things happen. My eyesight is not as good. I'm not as comfortable in a plane as I used to be, and just because I don't see as well as I used to, and you know, I'm fine with glasses. But guys, I'll be honest with you. I've been in an airplane a couple times, and sometimes, unless you got glasses that are strapped to your head, sometimes you can run into issues where you get kind of bounced around. I mean, it's just, you're at the mercy of the wind. And it's a small plane. I fly a Cessna 172. Maybe we'll have a tour of the hangar one day. It's all kinds of fun knickknacks in there. All right. dang it. I don't know. I swear, y'all, that was a trout. I saw spots on the back or whatever that was. There's no trout out here this time of the year. Can't be. Can it? Could it be a trout? Look like a trout. I don't recall ever seeing a trout come to the top of the water like that though. Nothing. What a fruitless event this has turned out to be so far. I got confidence, so we'll find something. We're going to get something in here, guys. Yeah, there's nothing like a good stall, especially if you're not a pilot and you experience that and you think the guy at the controls has lost his absolute mind. But you know, when you're training, it's usually power on stalls. You know, usually don't shut the engine off. But yeah, you train. You actually go through a stall. You train with stalls to know how to recover from them. And for somebody that's never done it before, I remember, you know, first time I did it as a student pilot, that was, the instructor said, we're going to go up here, we're going to pull back on the stick till the plane quits flying. And I looked at him and I said, what? Trust me, we'll get it flying again. And we did. And after you do it one time, it's, and you get the feel, the stall alarm, you start to hear, you understand what's coming. It's a manageable situation, usually, as long as it doesn't occur too close to the ground. I'm going to tell you guys, I thought that I would have a dozen crabs by now. And as many commercial traps as we saw coming up this creek. And cry me, there's one right out here in front of me. So I know the guys, there's enough crabs in this creek that the commercial guys have enough faith to put out their traps here. Where are they? But yeah, getting back to football, we had a contest last night, our first game, and it was a non-region game, but a historically very competitive team, and we won 21-0. Really strong defensive showing. We've got some more work to do, and that's typical of this time of year. Usually there's more work to be done. I have the utmost confidence in our staff and the kids that are there. We got a really special group of kids this year, and I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun season. It's shaping up to be a good one. Good group of youngsters making up that team. Young men that are really working hard and they want to succeed. And so far they've shown me that they're willing to put forth the effort and do the work to be successful, and that's always good to see. Teresa, you wanted to jump out of a plane. You really must have not liked who you were sitting next to. That's all I can say. I've never had a desire to jump out of one. Never. Could I do it? I don't know. Maybe when I was younger. Maybe I could have, but I've never had a desire to do it. There'd have to be a lot of issues going on inside the aircraft to make me want to exit the aircraft in the air. That water was absolutely delicious. It was cold. It was refreshing. I feel like a brand new John Deere tractor now after that. It's awesome. Now if we can just get some crabs. I could really use Fishman Joe on the boat today. How fun would that be? There it is. Whatever it is turning again out here in the water. Right out here in front of me again. I saw it from the drone when we first put the drone up, whatever it was. And I'm going to have to go back and watch it on the big screen to be able to see what it was. Wait. Ryan, you had a kid go down and they were doing CPR. They were doing chest compressions on the kid at the field. There was no paramedics on the scene. Ryan, where do you hail from, brother? Where do you live? We wouldn't start a football game unless we had paramedics on scene at any location we go to play at. Is football that different in South Georgia than where you are? Where are you? Where are you, brother? What certificates do I hold? Single engine land, and I've got my 107 drone certificate. That's what I have. I started instrument work, but I never finished. Never took a check ride. Never took the exam for my instrument ticket. I took it. I don't know. When I was flying regularly, I thought I was the best non-instrument rated VFR pilot ever. I mean, I could shoot approaches and things like that. Guys, I learned to fly an airplane before I ever took an official lesson. That's how I learned. And I'll tell you guys real quickly how I got my license. I think one of the biggest mistakes people do is they go out and they start flying before they do their ground school. I did my ground school and took care of that before I ever took an official flight lesson. Now I was flying with some friends. Had a buddy with a plane, and very good pilot, and he started showing me how to fly. And then I got a really good flight instructor here locally who was very patient with me, and I think first of all, I think he was impressed that I'd already taken care of my ground school before I approached the flying aspect, because so many people get caught up in flying. They go and they fly, they'll solo, and they're able to fly the plane by themselves, and then it's time to hit the books and start learning, and the luster of the flying, when you start to see the learning that you have to go through to pass the exam, it kind of washes a lot of people out. But I did it the opposite way. I got my ground school taken care of before I ever took an official an official flight instruction from a CFI, if that makes sense to any of you guys out there that do aviation. And I really enjoyed it. I used to make Sun and Fun in Lakeland every year. I didn't miss it. I'd fly in for that. Used to have a great time, really good time. Enjoy flying. Confounded, still nothing. I'm not giving up, guys. I mean, I packed a lunch. I'm here. But I am a little frustrated. South Florida private school, American Heritage. Yeah, I mean, Ryan, that's unheard of. That's unheard of for us to have a game where you didn't have immediate medical. Not only our trainer, every high school that we compete against, and there's a certified trainer on staff, and we usually have a team doctor that's on the sideline, and we have paramedics there. Man, a float plane. How cool would that be? To have a float plane? Are you serious? Do people do float planes on saltwater a lot? I mean, is there a corrosion issue that develops on float planes in Hey Bob, thanks for joining us, man. Check back. You guys check back with us. I'm gonna, not in this immediate area. Most of the duck hunting takes place on up into more of the fresher watershed. If you guys watched the video we did for the Sandbar Social where we tried to live stream last week and just we didn't have enough bandwidth to make it happen. That Altamaha River, that's a freshwater river. That basin is it's like full of these old rice fields, old rice fields back from the plantation days that still have viable ducks in them. They're trenched out. When you look at them from the air, you can go on Google and look at them, and you can see them. You can see the old layouts of the field. But yeah, there is duck hunting in the area. I wouldn't say it's like South Louisiana or anything like that, but there's duck hunting here in Georgia, and typically it's done just a little bit farther north of here. Yeah, that's good news. That's good news. Hopefully, Ryan, that'll open the eyes of your athletic director and and people there at the man, it's a cheap price to pay to have that kind of medical um, that those paramedics on site. That's cheap insurance to pay for the alternative. I'm glad to hear that your players is recovering in the hospital though. Speaking I did see today that the number one high school football team in the state of Georgia is Buford. They're up in the northern part of the state, and they played St. Francis Academy out of Baltimore last night in Buford, up in Georgia. And man, at the end of the game, there was a big melee, and it's on Twitter. It's Sports Illustrated even ran an article about it. It was like maybe the number 6 and the number 9 team in the country in high school football, and those guys got into a melee at the end of the game last night. Kind of a sad thing to think, this when you got a program that's headed in that direction, and a lot of really good players on those high school football teams that you will be seeing on Saturdays in a few years. Those, another fish just broke. Those types of players comprising those teams, and then having a big brawl break out. Not good. Not good. But it's an emotional game. I get that. I understand this. Kind of why I stay hooked in it. That and the relationships you build with the players and the staff, and it just keeps going. You got guys coming in, the seniors coming in. They're playing the best that they're going to play, and for the most of these guys, that's going to be it. As far as organized football, the majority of those kids are done after their senior year. They just there's just really not that many kids that advance on into college and play, and it's special times. It's neat, and the relationships you build, and you got the seniors that are going out, but you got the younger kids that are coming in. It kind of it's like a big circle, and it just keeps moving, and it's neat. I've been very fortunate to be part of it for quite a while. I hate to say this, guys, but I'm not so sure Albright wasn't right. I can't believe we haven't caught one crab off these hand lines. We're going to catch one, though. Heck, it might be right now. I can't stand it. I got to check them. Just feels light. Nothing. You think I've got some bad chicken? Is it the bait? All right, I'm not sure who's responsible for me not catching any crabs right now. Nothing. The blue crab has proven to be elusive today. but I'm watching. You can see the water. Typically, I don't come out to crab until the tide's lower. But I wanted to bring you guys along. Maybe I need to get a little bit more of this water out of here before we start seeing him. Maybe that's what it is. And tide's dropping. You can almost see it coming down. I think I might do that for you guys one day down at the marinas. Do a time lapse of a tide cycle and how much it moves here. There's a lot of water that moves in and out of this estuary twice a day. There's all kind of fish jumping out here, guys. You want to try something? We've got the technology, right? It's here. We've got it here with this drone. I bought something that I haven't tried it yet, and I just remembered it. I don't know if it's going to help much, but we're going to give it a shot and see. Dum da da dum dum. Any idea what this is, guys? Anybody have an idea what that is? I want to share it with you. That's a polarized lens for the drone. I know you guys weren't expecting me to have such technology, but I do. We have it. Let's see if it makes a difference. Who's with me? Yes. Do do. The next thing is, how do we get this thing on here? How does this rascal snap on here? Because I've never changed the lens on this thing. It looks like this one's got to snap off. All right, either this is going to be very good or this is going to be very bad. Mm-hmm. All right, I understand how it goes on now. Here we go. All right, very good. One not so good. All right, let's see what happens here. Back in business, guys. All right, polarized lens. See if this makes a difference. What's that? What's that? What's that, y'all? Was that a manatee? Which we do see those here. Derek, brother, I'm glad you're here. Guys, what's going on here? All right, that looks like an old crab float. What is that? Is that a crab? No, that's not a crab, is it? That's a gar right there by whatever that is. I could see that gar. I could see that gar as plain as day. Oh, it just hit it. Whatever it was, it just tried to hit it. There it is, right there. Can you guys see that? Maybe this filter is not so bad. I'm trying to get in here where you guys can see this thing. What is that, y'all? Well, it's got two tails on it, whatever it is. At first I thought it was the legs of a crab or something, but I don't think it's a crab. Is that a stick? Surely that fish isn't hitting a stick. I don't know if you've seen a cedar plug in action, I guess maybe so, but how weird is that? I don't know what's going on in the chat, guys, because I'm flying the drone and looking at the controller. Let's see what's going on here. Dickie the stick, yeah, maybe you're right. Derek, you say that, man. I wish I'd had your setup last weekend up at that sandbar. Because there was something, guys, I just saw something flash right there as I was spinning around. Man, the breeze has kind of come up, which I really enjoy the breeze. It feels so nice that makes flying this thing around boats and antennas and bimini tops a challenge. Why is it I look up and I see fish just hitting the water? I put the drone up. Do you think the fish see the drone and they think it's like a bird or something? Look, there's something right there, guys. What is that? What is that? Is that another stick? That's a stick. Damn it. It's getting excited for nothing. It's a piece of marsh reed. I don't know, I saw there's a piece of root on that thing, and I saw that and I thought it was a damn fish. I thought it was a tail of a fish. Which I guess it kind of does look like a fish from right there. Trust me, that's not what I've been seeing out here in the water. Something was right there, guys. Did y'all just see that? What is going on out here in the water? You guys want to check a trap? There's one right there. Let's just check it. Looks like it's doing fine. Anything. You know, and I'm wondering too if it's maybe that's the thing about our water, guys, though. You can't see very deep down into it. Even though it's clearer than it normally is, it's still like chocolate yoo-hoo. Alright, we're just going to set the camera back over here and see if we see something. Let's just see if we see something in here. You guys let me know if y'all see something. After we get down, we're going to have to start charging some drone batteries if we're going to keep this up. I can't tell on this screen if this filter is helping. Is it knocking the glare off? Can you guys tell? Somebody let me know in the stream. What's it look like? If you're watching this on something bigger than what I am, which the screen on this controller is about 5 inches. If you're watching this on a bigger screen, what does it look like? Let me know. I mean, from what I see, it looks pretty good. What was that? What is that? Here's again. It's a damn stick. Sorry, guys. See, now I'm starting to see things. I want to see something so badly, I'm seeing things. That looks like a fish. Whatever that was. I swear, look, what it... Well, that's a damn stick. Maybe the lens is helping me see too much. Now, I know I just saw something right there turn. I can't wait to watch this on a bigger... Yeah, it is warm out here. It's like 90. But yeah, there's something going there. I'm not crazy, guys. There's something out here. There's something out here in the water that I can't identify. At first I thought it was tarpon, and then I'm thinking maybe it's a ladyfish. And then when I saw something come to the top of the water and it had spots on its back, which I said, is that a trout? But I've never seen a trout like that. I just saw it again, guys. I zoom in and I'm going to miss something, I'm sure. But we're going to see if we can get a little closer shot of whatever this is. There's something definitely that keeps popping up the top of the water down here. I want you guys, if you guys got a better look at it, let me know what in the heck that is. This is going to drive me crazy now. And I'm recording this and I want to go back and look. I'll put it on when I get back and start editing stuff off the live stream and see if I can identify what the heck this is. It looked like it was a pretty decent fish. Listen, I am totally up for suggestions. You guys tell me what you think it is. All right, we're going to let that fly just a second. I got to start charging drone batteries, guys. I'm having too much fun with the drone now. Hey y'all, I really appreciate you guys being here today and being a part of this with me. It means a lot to me to have you guys take time out of your day, out of what's going on in your lives, to spend a little bit of it with me, and I really appreciate that. And I hope we can be entertaining as well as educational here today. I'm hoping. It's you guys that make this so enjoyable for me. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Now we've got the old 12-volt inverter that we have to get going here. Power up the drone charger because I do not have a 12-volt drone charger, but with the inverter that kind of fixes the problem. Let's see if we can get a battery or two charged up for you guys. All right. All right, I'm back with the trunk. Did you guys see anything? I don't want that light on. All right, what did I miss? Was there anything? Did you guys see anything? Al, you saw something? You saw Gar? Maybe it's Gar. Saying they're not out there. You guys are watching this more than I am. Especially if you guys are watching it on, if you guys have got a decent sized screen. Decent one. Maybe that's what's going on here. How do you guys fish for your gar? What do you do to catch gar? You guys catching them and casting it every now and then, but what are they doing? Hitting minnows, you think? Probably so. Maybe they're chasing mud minnows or something down there. See? That was a fish, y'all. I saw it too, Teresa. Oh gosh, y'all, I forgot we got crab lines out. See, that's what happens when I start with you guys. Get off this bank here in a minute. If the tide starts down, we could definitely be in. No. No crabbies. No Krabby Patties for me today. Damn it. All right. All right, we're going to get back out here into this deeper water. There's nothing shallow. I'm going to get over here and see what we can find. Get the old anchor set. Where are we at on the drone? We got 4 minutes left of battery. So we want to keep flying this thing. All right, it wants us to come home. Executed flawlessly. Saw some fish, guys. I'll tell y'all, I saw some fish. I don't know what kind they were. I can't wait to get back. What do y'all think about the next adventure? What do you guys think we ought to do? What are you guys down for? Dennis was saying earlier maybe we need to try to do a live stream on shark fishing. I kind of like that idea. I do kind of like that idea. All right, let's get the crab bait back out. All right, come on, crabs. Y'all, we're striking out here on the hand line and on the crabs. We got everything back out of the window here. 10 feet from the boat, whatever that was, just hit on top of the water again. It's just not my day, guys. Yeah, we're moving the boat and flying the drone. Hey, Wyoming, what kind of fish was that? Could you see, if you were watching this on your TV, let me know if you could make out what kind of fish. Because Derek has found the limitations of Starlink, I think, just because his area of South Carolina, I don't think is serviced by, but just a couple satellites, and his feed sometimes was kind of pixelated, but let me say this, but he got service in places that you could not get service. Jones Creek, you know, that used to be my stomping grounds up there in Jones Creek. My grandmother used to have property up there, and when I was going into high school, I had a 14-foot aluminum boat that was really wide and a 6-horse Johnson outboard. And I think there was maybe 8 homes out there at the time. It was like really nothing. That end of the island was really not developed. And my mother used to take me out there in the morning and some of my friends, and she'd drop us off, and she'd say, I'll be back at 4 o'clock. You guys be back at the dock ready to load up. And we would hit Jones Creek. We'd go all over that place. That was well before there were, I remember 3 docks. 3 docks on that whole. I just saw a gar. I know that was a gar. It was a gar about maybe 2 feet long. I just saw a gar about 2 feet long. But yeah, I'm very familiar with Jones Creek. There's just really a lot of places to do this, and I thought this was would be a lot of fun. You know what? I probably need. We're at 26 people. When I get to that point, well, hey everybody, John. Hey, glad to have you here. Maybe I'll get some moderators in here. Man, I know I just saw a gar, but I saw some other fish I'm not sure were gar. Now I'm going to be worried about what that is. All right. Well, you got the best view. I never, when I'm shooting video on the drone, a lot of times I know what I'm trying to see, but when I go back and start to look at it, sometimes I'll see other details that the drone picks up that I can't see. I mean, can you see how small this screen is? I mean, that's what I'm trying to look at and fly the drone, and a lot of times I just don't see those details until you're able to put that image up onto attention to the chat, guys. Give us some details, Dave. Where's the airport? What went down? Breaking news. Dave's talking about air disasters going on. Drone wasn't involved, was it? Into the heavy stuff. Yeah, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time. Let's have a cold one. I shouldn't be doing this. I know somebody's going to tell me, Andy, don't be doing that. I'm going to enjoy it too. Ah, it's so refreshing. Yeah, when we started the live today, I gave you guys until 1 o'clock to give us a guess of how many crabs we were going to catch today. Now we put out 5 box traps, and I've had 2 hand lines off the boat, and so far the hand lines have produced absolutely nothing. But again, the water's still high here. I'm starting to see a little bit of marsh mud. So that means the water's dropping. Hopefully it'll pick up here a little bit. I want to show you guys how fun it is to handline crabs. It's fun. Man, it's good to see everybody. Yeah, I know, Derek. I don't need no moderators. Not right now. I think we can handle it. And a really cool thing is that I don't have trolls. You know, we got a good group of folks that join the chat. I guess that's the reason we don't have a whole big, huge crowd in here. You know, Fishman tends to draw them in every now and then, and it's unfortunate. But those guys can be kind of aggravating. While they're aggravating you, they actually probably do help the algorithm, though. Go figures. Dual-edged sword. All right, yeah. You think it's time to check the crab pots? Nobody puts Michelle in the corner. I want to check the hand line. Y'all out. Come on, let's go. Let's go check them. Crab on there. After you pull these things a couple times, you can tell The additional weight's easy to feel. And he's not there. I'm going to try to straighten out this little tangle I got here. Am I going to have to stay out here all night to catch a crab? Now I'll tell you guys, I haven't done it in a couple years, but I used to do some flounder gigging. And that's it's a nighttime activity. And you basically fish with a stick with a little gig on the end of it and a light. And flounder, while tasty and delicious as they may be, are pretty damn dumb, because they'll sit right there and they'll say to themselves, if I don't move, he won't see me. But we'd go out flounder gigging at nighttime, and the number of crabs I used to see during that was crazy. Hundreds of crabs. Nothing. This is not turning out to be so spectacular. I don't know what if I was on Survivor Island, I'd be eating chicken. I'd be eating bait tonight. Second horsefly. Yeah, we're trying to catch some blue crabs. They've proven to be elusive today. Very, very elusive. I do enjoy blue crabs, though. It's nothing like a good crab boil. Oh my gosh, just trying to read a little bit of what's going on here. I love how you guys interact with each other. It's like a nice play date when all you guys get together. I'm beginning, I'm thinking I'm going to have to hinge all my hopes now on the box traps. It's got to be the stage of tide, guys. That's got to be what's going on. We're still looking at, the tide. I guess we got in here a little earlier, but the number of commercial traps we passed in here tells me those guys would not have traps put out here if they weren't producing. They just wouldn't be here. I don't know. Dave, do you get a shirt? I don't know. So far, the closest guy has been Albright, because we haven't put anything in here. We have not put a crab on the boat. Don't give up yet, man. We're still going to have to pull our traps. maybe we have 100 in the trap. I don't know. I really think that's wishful thinking at this point. I would love to see what's in that commercial trap. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pull another guy's trap. I'd love to see what was in the trap, though. Jeez, Dave's muscling in on Michelle today. I get it. I get it. A guy that just can't catch a crab. I understand. I completely understand. This is the part of crabbing I really like, though, just kind of hanging out here in the marsh, and we've seen some birds. In the last few times I've been across the causeway from the mainland over to St. Simon's, I've seen a bald eagle perched up on one of the power poles coming across the marsh. I haven't seen an eagle flying today, but we I guess have a pair of eagles close by, bald eagles that are nesting in the area, which is really cool. But I have seen some. We've seen some herons in here. Other little shorebirds. It's just a neat place to be today. Slowly the tide goes down, and I'm hoping that when the tide gets down, we'll start to see some crabs. I will say this, if a blue crab weighed 20 pounds, there would be no swimming in the area. Swimming it just wouldn't happen. If you guys have never seen a blue crab in action, they're they're fast. they're they're pretty damn quick. Yeah, they are. You approach them from the wrong end, they'll get you. Yeah, it is. It is a good day. Every day is a good day out on the boat, unless you don't have any gas in the engine, and then I don't know. Fishman Joe has taught us that even that you can make that a pretty entertaining time. So if you know, you know, right? You know, we're missing John SS today. If John was here, my day would be complete. I haven't seen him in the chat, though. Have not seen John SS. But for those of you here, we're on a crab rodeo. So far, the crabs are winning because Andy has not seen one today. You know what, Mark? John SS would probably give us some advice. That little thing that we need here to kind of bring this thing full circle. Maybe I'm not just doing it. I mean, the tide's really starting to drop out of here. And I'm not sure when low tide is. I could check and see. See if you can find John. Tell John to get over here. Check in with us. Ask him. I need to find out what exactly I'm doing wrong. He's got advice. He's always got some sometimes unsolicited, but it's always there, advice. And he certainly adds some interesting insight. Would you not agree? Uh, I'm sure some folks have other things going on today. I'm not going to be that guy. All right. What do you say we go out and let's try them again, and let's see. Every time I move, the horseflies follow me around. Right. I'm not going to get lax where I don't have my net handy. I'm not kidding y'all, this works. And we usually get them. We usually get them. We're not today. That's a strikeout on that one. You know, Derek's an old crabber from way back. You know, the last time I saw blue crabs was when I was in Charleston with Derek. It's the last blue crab I've seen. Nothing, guys. I almost feel like a defeated man. I really do. Yep. Yep. And I bet you killed them. You probably filled up a number 3 wash tub, didn't you? Oh no. Yeah, I bet you did. All right, Derek, thanks for checking in. Miss you, brother. Need to get you down here. I need to get Derek down here. Bring Derek and Mariner down to hang out. I know Derek's just been swamped. You know, after he got finished with the live stream, he wasn't feeling so well. He was ill for about 2 weeks. I mean, something got on him pretty bad, and he was still trying to work and dealing with that because he'd been off for a month. Yeah, he had a rough go. It's good to see him getting back in the saddle, and he has still put out some pretty awesome videos. Saw Fred watch that video this past week. Fred, I enjoy watching Fred cook. Dave, I refuse to believe it's too hot. If I can stand it out here, damn it, a crab can too. The water is warm. I think we're 87, like 87 degrees. Has anybody been watching the hurricane that's like supposed to be coming to California? Has anybody been paying attention to that? Hey, Tim. Good to see you on here. Maybe our luck will change now that Tim's in the chat. But the hurricane, you know, this thing's supposed to come into Arizona, I guess, and then into the southern part of California. Is that what I'm hearing right? You know, I don't follow a lot of the West Coast weather. But from what I've heard, water temperature is 89 degrees right here right now, guys. The sun's warmed it up another couple degrees. Now that's up on top of the water. You know, it gets cooler as you get deeper, and we're in like 12. The tide has dropped here about 3 feet now. It's about 12, showing 12.2 under the boat right now. Yeah, oh, a year's worth of rain in one day, Mark. Yeah, that's what I've heard. You know, I've got something to say to the folks out in California. Welcome to the jungle, SA. We deal with them yearly over here. If they're not impacting us directly, we're getting the remnants or the formation, the depression. Even when they pass offshore here, we get all kinds of erosion from the storm push that comes off of those things. Yeah. And the one thing about a hurricane is in this day and time, you can see it coming. It should not be a surprise to you. It's coming. But yeah, it's gonna wreak havoc over there, and it's something that anybody on the East Coast and around to the Gulf Coast knows. I'm preaching to the choir, I assure you. But you folks that have never had the opportunity to experience a storm when it makes an impact close to you, and you don't have power for a week or more. There's boil water advisories out because they can't keep the water purified in the lines. The sewage quits working because the lift stations no longer operate or they fill up. Good times. That's good living. That's good living. Mm-hmm. Yes, Dave. I do have to flush. I flush my motor out with water when I get back to the dock. And it's not only flushing the salt water out, but you know what gives the water this color, this where you can't see the fish down in it, is the marsh, which gives so much life to the ocean. But part of that is the sediment that's flushed in and out of here. It also accumulates in the engine. So when you flush it out with the fresh water, you're helping. It won't get all. Trust me, it won't get all of it out of there, but it'll help get a lot of those deposits out. And I think that's number 3 for those of you counting at home of horseflies. But yeah, it helps get that sediment out of the engine as well. Got to be done. I've never experienced an earthquake. I have a buddy who lived in California for a while and experienced a couple of knee knockers over there, and he said it's definitely a feeling of helplessness. He said that's a big thing, and when they happen, there's you can't escape it. You can't escape those things, and there's no warning. I guess geologists have gotten where they can kind of predict seismic activity around a volcano or something, and I guess they could give you some kind of warning on a plate shift, like to be expecting it, but they're not going to be able to tell you exactly when it's going to happen. Yeah, I don't know if Andean earthquakes would do well. We have every now and then, I mean, yeah, they have them here, and but I've never. They're very mild, and I can't recall ever having felt one. That's not to say that it hasn't been one in the area, but yeah, a big earthquake, I think would be a terrifying experience. The earth is always changing. That is certainly the case. I'm going to try to scan through and kind of see what's going on. A lot of you guys, I'm so happy to see you guys involved with the chat. This is why I like the live stream, because what you guys bring, it's what you guys bring that makes it so. And I'm just glad I'm able to do something that you guys want to be a part of. All right, guys. I hope you guys can hear me again. We're having issues, of course, with the audio, mainly because the batteries are going dead. All right. While we still got this going on, let's go pull some traps and let's see what's going on. It's been enough of this. Zero. Zero. All right, guys. We're going to go pull some pots while I can, while I've got you guys here. I've struck out hand lining. I admit it. And I'm blaming Albright. It's your fault. You're the one who jinxed me with that smart ass zero. You know what this means? We're just going to have to do this again. That's what this means. All right, guys. We're going to pull back up the trap here. This is our first box trap. And let's see what happens. Yeah, that was the box trap. It just went right by us. Try this again. Nothing. Zero. Albright. All right, nothing on that one. Nothing striking out. Number one on the boat, still no crabs. I'm glad you guys were with me today, though. This has been fun. It's been fun for me. Kiss my ass, Albright. Y'all, we got one. We got one crab. Couple hermits. It's a big male. Come on out of there, big boy. If you guessed one, you're in the running. We'll look at that guy in a minute. Yes! I've never been so excited to see one crab in my life. We still got 3 more traps to pick up. Fishman Joe, I just put 1 crab on the boat. It smells like victory. I got to look at today as a total success. The damn Albright. It's Albright. Albright jinxed me today, y'all. We passed one? I hope not. I think there's one around the corner here. All right, 3 more traps to go. 1 crab in the bucket. Ben, brother. I've been needing some crabbing advice today. I figured you were the guy to get it from. All right, we're pulling up on our 3rd trap again. It's not been a very productive, I'm going to blame it on the tides, and I'm blaming it on that damn Albright. I think Albright's still in the lead now. I don't think anybody guessed 1. Anybody guess 1 crab? All right, let's go. I probably didn't switch the camera. Damn it. Another strikeout. None in that one. Damn horse flies. Are we back? Can you hear me again? I'm trying to keep these mics, guys. I apologize. The mics did not get charged last night. I was busy with football. I didn't go through my camera box. I didn't go through my equipment. Alfred's going to give me some lashings next time he sees me. I was not prepared. Thanks, John. All right, guys. We've got 3 on the deck, 2 more in the water, 1 crab in the bucket. We have not struck out, but crabbing has been very slow today. I'm going to blame it. I know, well, you know who I'm blaming it on. It's that jackass that told me I wasn't going to catch any crabs today. Which, he's a buddy of mine, and damn it, I don't want to have to hand deliver him a shirt. I really don't. I think I'll give him a small. I didn't say what size it was going to be. Not so much, man, I'm telling you. Usually a crabbing trip for me, I'm filling up the bucket. Filling up the bucket. And that's even like with taking a lunch. I didn't even take a lunch today. I've been working right through lunch with you guys to try to catch this blue crab. The blue crab has proven to be elusive to me today. Yeah, I did catch one. Yeah, I think I'll give him a second person to guess. I think he was waiting on me. He was waiting on the pounce on me today. I may have mentioned something to him yesterday about what I was going to do today. I can't remember. Damn it! Yeah, I think that's exactly. Albright may have come down to the marina and put a banana somewhere, and he's chuckling about it right now. He's on his computer. I'm sure he's watching right now, and he almost cannot resist the. All right, guys, we're pulling up on number 4. I need to see like a dozen crabs in one of these traps. I don't want to give Albright the shirt. I really don't want to give Albright the shirt. But I'm a man of my word. Ho ho! Guys, you remember what I said? We were going to keep the small ones and include them in the count. Guess what? All right, listen, he's so small. I'm going to get this guy off the boat real quick. He's already lost 1 claw, and this other one's broken. Can you see that? It's starting to grow back right there. That's 2. He wouldn't have made much of a sandwich, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, John. We're counting all the crabs we caught today. A total count. And then we're going to go back and thin out the keepers from the ones that got to be turned back. That's on blue crabs, anything less than 5 inches across from spike to spike, and any egg-bearing females, they have to be returned. But that's two crabs in the total count. All right, one more trap. Did anybody guess two? I got to go back through this chat and try to figure out if anybody guessed two. Or somebody can. If I don't, ugh. I got a feeling. I got a feeling it's all right. How long have we been doing this? We came on at 2. It's after 3. I'm glad you guys have come along with me today, though. This has been fun. This has been pretty awesome. Even if we didn't catch any. I would love to have caught a bucket of crabs. So. Tomahawk, I'm hoping we see 2 more. Yeah, I'm glad John SS has made it. Well, you know, I'm going to first blame this on the tides. The tide was up in the grass when we got here. It was pretty high. Typically, I don't like the crab. I really like the crab through the low tide. Kind of concentrates them into the river. And then I mean, maybe it's a water temperature. We're looking at almost a water temperature here, like almost 90 degrees up in this creek, which is like crazy. Really warm water. You know you're right, Philip. You're right. Damn it. All right's out. All right is out. Thanks, Philip. Thanks, Philip, for the. And that's what I love about you guys. You guys are here to help. I mean, you're like alibis. You're helping me to collaborate my story. Thank you, Philip. All right, you're not getting the shirt. Tomahawk, you may be up, brother. You may be up for the shirt. I don't know. We got one more to go, and we're really close to the inlet here of this creek into the main river. Could this be the one? Could this be the one we've been looking for here today? Let's see what happens. Yeah, I know what just happened. It just went under the boat. All right, let's get a little better prepared. Realign. Back out of this. There you are. This would be a lot easier if I had some assistance, but Nothing. Well, it looks like our total for today was two. Two. Could you imagine this thing coming at you if it was like 20 pounds? Joe.
Hey,
Hey.
how far in the river are you?
Um, you know, I'm in the first creek by the marina here, and I'm not I'm not that far. The thing is, man, there was like a lot of commercial traps were here. This guy's this crab's trying to bite me, and he's really angry. I just wanted to kind of show these guys this blue crab.
Hey, during summertime, don't the crabs usually go closer to freshwater?
Just threw him back. The salinity of the water plays a big part in how the crabs move.
Yeah.
And the guys that really do it for a living they can tell you the ins and outs of how much water affects the crabs at what time of the year, and also how temperature change. I know they're real susceptible to different changes in the weather, in the temperature. But I think my biggest thing, there's got to be crabs in here because there's so many commercial traps. I think I was just here at the wrong time. I think if I'd had a low tide around, say, 1 o'clock, and I was in here a little farther into the tide, I think it'd have been a different story.
I got you.
But you need to come up and make a trip here with me, and let's do this.
I want to. I want to.
We'll get you up here, and you know, it's not going to be long before we get the shrimp net on the boat, and I want to do some of that.
Guy, I'm gonna be shrimping. I should start shrimping in the next few weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be right there with you. Usually, first or second week of September is when things start to pick up for us. So, hopefully so.
Gotcha. All right.
All right.
I'll let you.
All right. Always a pleasure to get a word in from Joe. I hope you guys could hear him. So we caught a total of 2 crabs, and was it tomahawk? Was it tomahawk that said 4? Is that right? Yeah. Oh, listen, it's a 6-hour trip from Miami to here by automobile. And I don't know if you guys have seen Joe's vehicle. It's not the most economic vehicle to operate. That's a load toter. That's for that big tank that he keeps in the back of that truck. That's a working rig. Is Tomahawk still in the chat? Is he the one? Guys, help me out here. Was he the one? I saw something where he thought that he was in the running. Does that sound right? I'm going to have to get with him. Well, first verify, but yeah. And we're going to get him a shirt. You know, the Vitamix the Vitamix machine is a party wherever it goes. It doesn't take much. You know, a little bit of ice and a couple other key ingredients. That's just a fun time. Well, listen, Tomahawk, if you won, did you say 4? Are you, Tomahawk, are you the guy that said 4? Tell me right now, put in the chat, did you say 4? Have we lost audio again? No? Looks like audio is still working. Ashley, Ashley, you need to turn up the volume. Somebody tell Ashley to turn up the volume. Well, hey, man. I don't know what to do. Pay it forward. We're going to have to reward somebody. We're going to have to reward somebody with this shirt. It was modeled so elegantly on Fishman's channel when he was doing that gel coat. I don't know if you guys caught that, but he did a great job modeling that shirt. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to get back in and unload the boat, clean it up a little bit, flush the motor, and call it a day. Michelle, you want the shirt? If Tomahawk says that's okay for you to get the shirt, that is beautiful with me. I'll be happy to do that. Tomahawk wants to pay it forward. Tomahawk, is that good with you? Do you want to move ahead with that? And let's go ahead and give that to Michelle. Michelle does so much. Not only she helps me out, she helps Joe out. I think that'd be an awesome idea. Joe is gonna, Joe's gonna get it dirty. Joe's gonna get it dirty. I think it. Well, I'll tell you what, Michelle, you get with Tiger. Tiger's got my contact information, and you get with Tiger. Drop me an email, give me an address, and what size, and we'll get you a shirt coming, courtesy of Tomahawk and the Minorcan Mullet. How about that? I think that's what we'll do, and that kind of rounds out the day for me. I think this is like one of the longest live streams I've ever done, and I really appreciate you guys being here with me. We got to have a good time. We got to play with the drone a little bit, and we caught 2 crabs. A granddaddy crab and a baby crab. Just a good day, and everybody went back to the ocean. It was a catch and release day, and I've got some chicken that'll go right back into the freezer, into the bait freezer, and we'll have that for next time, because we're definitely doing this again, and hopefully we'll have a little better luck. But until that time, I think what we'll do right here is we will probably end. I don't know, unless you guys want to ride the marina. Y'all want to ride on up here to the marina with me? I don't know. Everybody seems to be having such a good time. Tomahawk, man, thank you. Thank you. That's pretty cool. Maybe we need to get a picture of Michelle modeling the shirt for us and show the Minorcan Navy. Just show off that shirt. That'd be awesome. All right, we're going to ride up here. We're pretty close to the marina now. My Bimini is I've left my bimini untied for this duration because I've been bringing it back and forth, you know, launching the drone. So it looks like a crazy man's boat now. Let's see what we can do. We got, I think I've still got my line set. Bumpers are out. Tide is going out. Wind is going to be right off my stern. Hey, all these things, if you're driving a boat, man, you want to think about all these things before you get to the dock. Don't ever let the current or tide or wind surprise you. That should not happen. Be observant. Look at the conditions you're operating the boat in. Hey man, you're responsible. You are the responsible party. And part of that is just being aware, and it's pretty easy to do. They're having a fishing tournament, kingfish tournament up here today too. Um, yeah, somebody's kind of slipped in my saddle here, if you will. That's all right. I got a spot to get into. But which means we'll probably have to readjust the lines. Yeah, we're going to have to readjust the lines here a little bit, guys. The spot that we were in was taken over, so usually I just take that line off and it's good to set to go back on the cleat when I get back. Somebody else is in my spot. I should say the spot that I like to moor at. I think that's good. All right. All tied up. All right, guys. Well, we're back. We're here. We're done. We can shut that thing off. Once again, the Yamaha brings us back. Shut everything down. Guys, once again, thanks for being with us. You know, it wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't for you guys. And thanks again so much for allowing me to kind of spend my afternoon with you. We weren't as successful as we wanted to be, but we damn sure had a good time. Hey, that's going to do it for the stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. We'll come up with another adventure here. We'll do something again real soon. Thanks, and appreciate you watching. You guys stay safe out there.